Hello, this is my second book review, and I am doing it on the second book in the Hunger Games trilogy, which, as you all should know, is Catching Fire. The first thing you need to know about Catching Fire is that Peeta and Katniss have not been talking ever since they got back to District 12. The second thing you need to know is that Gale and Katniss kiss, and the third most interesting part of the beginning of the book is President Snow pays Katniss a visit to her house in District 12, and his purpose on this visit was just to see her and just to inform her that she needs to convince all of Panem that she is in love with Peeta. And what President Snow is trying to do with this is trying to suppress the uprising in the districts. And what happened was when Peeta and Katniss pulled out the Nightlock in the first games, it started this fire, and that is why it's called Catching Fire, is because she set a fire and it is catching through all the districts because every district saw the Hunger Games. So he's trying to suppress the fire with her being in love with Peeta, and that trying to convince all the districts that they are in love and they want to be the star-crossed lovers of District 12, and he informs her that she needs to convince everyone that she is in love with Peeta. And the second thing he informs her of is that he knows that her and Gale have kissed. The next major event that happens in Catching Fire is Peeta and Katniss go on their victory tour, and the first stop on the tour is District 11, which is Rue's district. And during Peeta's speech to District 11, he offers part of his winnings to Rue and Thresh's family. And in the audience, an old man does Rue's 4-note whistle, which in that district is how everyone knows to go home, and it is the agricultural district, so everyone is working in the trees, and that 4-note whistle means it is the end of the day, and Rue was the one to initiate that whistle. And so the old man does the 4-note whistle, and then everyone in District 11 who's in the center of town does Rue's salute, which is pressing your 3 fingers to your lips and saluting. And everyone does that to Katniss, and from that point on, they are no longer allowed to do personal speeches in each of the districts because of those actions. And actually, the man who did the Rue's 4-note whistle is shot to death, and Katniss hears a whole bunch of gunfire, and so does Peeta, and Peeta wants to know what's going on because he has not been informed that President Snow has visited Katniss, and he is thinking he really wants to be in the loop because he doesn't want to misstep somehow. And that's when Haymitch takes him and Katniss to this dome where they aren't videotaping them, and they inform Peeta that President Snow visited Katniss. So that is the next major event in Catching. The next major event that happens is President Snow announces the Quarter Quell, and the Quarter Quell has never happened during Katniss's lifetime, but it happened during her mother's lifetime. So her mother knows what it is, but she doesn't. And what it turns out to be is that there's going to be a new Hunger Games, and it's not going to be everyone getting drawn to be in the Hunger Games, so it's only going to be the victors who are going to be in the drawing bowl. So Katniss is the only female victor in her district, so she's forced to go back into the Hunger Games with Peeta, and Haymitch, her coach, was also in the drawing bowl, but as you know, you can volunteer as tribute, and that's exactly what Peeta does. He volunteers as tribute for Haymitch before he can even say no, and Peeta and Katniss are off to the 75th Hunger Games. I'm not going to go too in-depth about this book. I really just explained the first few major events that happen in the book because I want you to go out and read these books because they are amazing and I highly recommend them, and I hope you like and subscribe to my channel, and may the odds be ever in your favor.